Be receptive to correction. Don't be so prideful. You end up projecting. Hey, gang.
But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. It's called self-love.
Hey, we back with another. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We back with another video. This video in a different location. You know what I'm saying? We got the pool behind me with the jacuzzi and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a little birthday party, a little function. So you might hear some people talking in the background, but just bear with me. I just had to take time to step aside and make this video because I feel like this is something that's been relevant in my life with the people I've been associating myself with and dealing with. And I just feel like it go hand in hand with my last video. In my last video, I was talking about basically being gentle with yourself and understanding that you have the right to make mistakes, right? So for this video, the topic is kind of in cahoots with that. It's regarding knowing how to be corrected, right? Knowing how to be corrected is powerful in life. If you're somebody who consider yourself a person who's truly trying to grow and evolve, and somebody who's really trying to be great in life, somebody who's really trying to be prolific and be iconic, be legendary, you have to be able to take direction, right? Because being prideful and abusing pride, meaning being prideful about the wrong things, can be extremely detrimental, right? So for me, I look at pride as to be proud, right? So that's when I know when I should utilize pride, right? Am I proud about whatever it is I'm being prideful about, right? Be prideful about taking care of your kids. Be prideful about being loyal to your girlfriend. Be prideful about making money and utilize it for the right reasons, right? Sometimes we get prideful about the wrong things, right? We get prideful about not asking for help. We get prideful if somebody try to actually help us and try to lead us in the right direction. Somebody that care about us, right? You don't want to be prideful about the wrong things. You want to be prideful about the right things. So understanding how to be corrected and understanding how to take direction from people who love you and people who care about you is powerful. Because if you really want to be legendary, you really want to be somebody of significance in his life, you have to be able to take direction from people, right? You have to be able to understand when you're wrong. You have to be able to know that you're not going to get it all right. You're not going to always be right. You're going to be wrong sometimes, right? You have to understand how not to be prideful about the wrong things and understanding how to receive help, understanding how to navigate through life and understanding that you're not by yourself, right? The strongest people in life, the wisest people in life, the most wealthiest people in life didn't do it all alone, right? If you think you're finna go through this life, right, and do things all alone and be by yourself and get it all right the first time you do it, you're gonna have trouble. You're gonna be going through a lot of emotions each time you make a mistake, right? You're gonna be going through a lot of emotions each time you slip up. And what I start to notice is that people, this is a weird connection, right? You know, I be playing therapist because I be trying to understand people and trying to understand how to help people and understand how to heal people and trying to make these connections so that I don't run into the same issues again and again and again with people, right? But I make this connection where people who have like a lack of confidence or have certain insecurities have trouble accepting when they're wrong, right? People who have been neglected, right, or been abandoned at a young age or had a rough childhood, people who are non-confrontational tend to have an extremely hard time being corrected or being told when they're wrong. Because for some reason in a person's brain, when they're being told that they're wrong, I feel like a person associates the same emotions unconsciously with them being wrong in a particular moment to the same feeling that they felt when they were a child and they were abandoned. Because a lot of times when people are abandoned, they tend to take blame and feel as though they were unworthy or it's something that they did wrong, which is why their parent didn't parent them correctly, right? And it's messed up that a child will even have to go through these emotions whereas though they're taking blame for something that their parents should be held accountable for. So I noticed that it's kind of messed up because sometimes I have these friends and people I care about where I'm trying to tell them what to do better and try to help them to grow and help them to fix the things that they're slipping up with. But sometimes people look at me in disgust almost as if, who are you to tell me that I'm wrong? Or you must think you're better than me. Or don't tell me what to do. Or I didn't ask for your help. And it's like, no, you didn't ask my help, but if I care about you and I love you, I'm not going to let you just keep going down the wrong way again and again and again when I can easily tell you what to do and then you go the right way, right? But sometimes people become extremely prideful because they want to prove to themselves and prove to the world that they can figure it out. They can do it on their own. But if you really are somebody who understands how life works and understand your greatness, you're gonna have to accept that you don't have it all figured out at every single moment, right? And if you came this far, then you could go that much further, right? Meaning, just because someone tells you that you're wrong doesn't mean you're unworthy. Just because somebody tells you that you need to fix something or you're slipping with something doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you don't have it figured out. It doesn't mean that you're not smart. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy. It doesn't mean that you're not beautiful internally and externally. It doesn't mean that you're not special. It doesn't mean that you're not iconic. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get it figured out, right? It's just a person caring about you and they seeing the things that maybe you need to correct. So they're just sharing with you what you need to do. And it's best that you humble yourself and understand how to accept when you're wrong so that you can grow and you can continue to progress and not digress, right? You don't want to project your frustration onto people. You want to progress, right? You want to progress and you want to be fulfilled. You don't want to project your frustrations onto others and stay stagnant or stay still, right? You want to continue to become who you're destined to be and become the person that God has intended for you to be, right? So I realized that for me personally, I got to do a better job at being more gentle with people and understanding how to talk to others, understanding how to lead and guide others in a better direction, because sometimes when I see people doing wrong, I care so much and I just want to help coach them into the right direction. But it's a way to do that. It's a way to tell people that they're wrong. It's a way to point out people's mistakes and point out people's slip-ups so that they can actually be successful in life, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what purpose does it serve if I care about someone and I'm trying to help them, but they don't want the help or don't want to receive the help, right? It's pointless. I might as well save that energy for myself, right? So I realized me as a teacher and as a healer and as a helper and as a friend and as someone who wants to see people fulfilled and people having fun and wants to see people loving themselves and loving others and spreading love, I must do a better job at how I'm teaching and coaching and guiding others, right? Because I feel like people tend to look up to me more than I tend to notice, right? And if a person looks up to me and then I'm like being so hard on them and so tough on them, sometimes people don't have that confidence that I'm perceiving them to have, right? I perceive people to be very strong and confident, but sometimes a person can appear confident and they can be confident in many areas, but they may not have a specific type of confidence that they need in order to withstand being told that they're wrong and be able to, you know, find a new direction and correct it appropriately so that they can progress. All right, so if you're a person listening to this and watching this, I just want to suggest to you, if you have somebody in your life that care about you, right? If you one of the bros, right, and you got a girl that care about you and she trying to help you, try not to look at it as like, oh, she's trying to control me. She's trying to dictate my life. You know, sometimes as men, we do this thing where we just want to lead the show. We want to, you know what I'm saying? We want a girl to just sit down, go cook, go clean, and shut up. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? If you really got a strong woman, a woman who really is somebody who care about you and is really loving, she want to help you in a time of need where you feel like you don't need her, where you feel like you don't need assistance. She want to be there to help you grow when you don't feel like growing, when you feel like laying down watching TV. She gonna be telling you when you're wrong, right? And it could be somebody that's a friend. They just trying to help you do better, right? How we call people a friend and accept them as a friend, but then when it's time for them to actually be a friend, we don't want them to be a friend. Meaning, how can we say this person is a friend? We want this person to be loyal. We want this person to help us and to guide us. But then when it comes time to actually need the guidance, we don't want to accept it, right? It's just all about being receptive, literally. So be receptive to direction, right? Be receptive to correction, right? Do not be so prideful that you end up projecting. Be receptive to correction. Don't be so prideful you end up projecting. Hey, gang. No kizzy, no bet. So that's the message of the day. You know what I'm saying? I just want to spread love. I want to let y'all know that I love y'all. And I want to see y'all doing better. I want to see people growing constantly and continuously. So enjoy your holidays, you know. It's Christmas Eve. Shout out to Meech. Happy birthday, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's my best friend since we was in 5th grade, you know what I'm saying? Bro just turned, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say his age and all that. I ain't gonna put him on blast and all. I just know, you know what I'm saying? I was the first one to wish him happy birthday at 12:06 a.m. You heard? We talking about gang.
But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. But it start with yourself, that's called self-love.